Hi. Fuck. Huh? Hi. Harder. Hey there, welcome. Welcome to the stream, my friends. We're a little bit late. I admit that. I had to run an errand that took me past 6 o'clock. I thought that I wasn't going to be back till 8. But alas, that errand has been short-sighted, and we're here. We're queer, and we're ready.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
For a fantastic PigCast. Looking through the topics now, which I just made before we started, I realize that each show I talk specifically about Disney, adults, and fats. That's a common thread. If you happen to be autistic and you go through and itemize every topic that I've ever had here on the PigCast, you would know that we talk about Disney adults and fats almost on every episode. I want to see if any of you guys are autistic enough to do the math on me and say, oh, hey, Piggy, you've talked about Disney adults 10 times. You've done these. I've done like 150 of these or something. My goodness. If I actually had seasons, I would say there would be different seasons for however long I've been doing this. So, for example, when we first started doing the channel, right, you have my hands, so it'd only be my hands and me talking. And then eventually it developed into PigCake Live, right, which was a precursor to ham radio. And then it turned into this right here, the PigCast, the production value that you're used to.
What kind of America is this? Yes, put it.
I thought we lived in America. Stevie Wonderbrook says I'm perfectly late. Leonard Miller says I want to get into cigars. I need a cigar tutorial. Says Leonard, I'm a cigar aficionado. I'm an expert, as they say. If you're going to start off with something, I would suggest maybe a Connecticut wrapper. Drew Estates has some wonderful work. If you're looking for some really good budget everyday cigars, you're going to be looking for something like a Factory Smoke, which are about $2.50 a cigar. They're mixed, which means that you're not going to have long, they're not the entire thing, they're chopped up bits of tobacco, but it's still a great cigar for a daily cigar if you want to have one. For example, with coffee, I would highly recommend that. So my favorite cigar, I actually have a list. I have a list on my phone of cigars, just because I happen to I had a phase when it came to cigars and being a little bit aggressive and ranking them. Cigars, I would have little notes that I would have as a gay. Let's see. I know I had some really bad ones. Leather Rose is probably my favorite one of all time. The Leather Rose from Drew Estates, phenomenal. I do like flavored cigars and infused cigars, so you might not necessarily like that. I'm a little bit of a British cigarette when it comes to that. Sweet Jane actually might be my favorite from what I've realized here. Leather Rose, Sweet Jane is a perfect one from the same line, the Deadwood series. You had some other ones here. I had Aging Room Quattro, which was a cigar of the year a couple years ago. That one fucked me up. Some other ones here that I would recommend. I'm looking for non-infused cigars that might be general for people to enjoy them. Most of these are infused cigars, which might be harder to recommend. God, I smoked so many of these. Arturo Fuente Short Story is a phenomenal one. Short Story is probably one of my favorite one next to Hemingway. Arturo Fuente, he has a tremendous, nice little one. But for everyday cigars, I would say Factory Smoke Sweet is my favorite one. And my top one of all time, Sweet Jane. Sweet Jane. It tastes like Vanilla Coke Zero. That's kind of what it tastes like, which is what I wrote in my notes. Ed Blitch says I smoked an Opus BBMF. BBMF. I'm not familiar with that one from Opus. I saw a friend of mine smoking a Lost City the other day, which is a cigar they only make once a year, essentially. So I would recommend those. Those are my good ones, Leonard. But don't start with a really Maduro wrapper. You're going to get drunk. I've been cigar drunk many times, and it's not good when you're just starting off. Just like colognes, you don't want to go off for the strong ones. You want to work up to those. Only cigars and alcohol, gave up on mushrooms, and don't do the crazy stuff, says Hane. An Asian plant drug. I see you guys are talking about some fucking crazy shit. Magic Buzz says triple Maduro all the way. So Magic Buzz essentially likes to defecate. Because after you have one of those, it's like it just drains you out, essentially. If you want to leave a voicemail, by the way, you could do so by leaving, clicking on the link in the description section below. I have a nice little area where you could leave a voicemail. If that's what your vibe is, you could do it anonymously, like this person did, which left me a 2-second voicemail 3 days ago.
Itty bitty titties.
I don't know what that was, but it sounds like a slur.
Itty bitty titties.
It's like Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, but
Shut up, bitch, nigga. Let's go smoke a fucking card.
Yeah, that was the other one that I think we've seen before. It doesn't count when somebody else says it, right? When somebody else says it from like a lyric, it doesn't really count. But I do have some topics here that we're going to go through. Of course, this is a PigCast, my podcast. So every week, twice a week, I like to have these where I essentially use you guys as therapy to go through things that bothered me. Today in particular, nothing really much bothered me. A quick update on the playing cards. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be shipping them. This weekend is when me and Daniel are going to hanker down and ship the playing cards. From my understanding, they've reached his residence. So we're going to be shipping those bad boys. I'm going to leave a message on the Kickstarter after I'm done with this live stream. But they're there. They're there in all their glory. Daniel sent me a couple teasy pics. And everything looks great. I'm happy with the card box. I'm happy with the way the cards look, the size. I haven't touched them. What sucks about the missing piece playing cards is that the first person that touched them in the planet, outside of a USPC store or whatever, or warehouse, is Daniel. He touched one. I'm going to be sending him an invoice for the deck. But so that's going to be going out hopefully this weekend. If you are across the pond, it might take a little bit of more time. It might take a little bit more for it to get to you. But if you're in the United States, you should get them within, hopefully about a week, less than a week. So we'll see. But I'll be leaving an update on the Kickstarter. That's just a quick little update here on the live stream for those people that happen to watch this and happen to have purchased a deck of missing piece playing cards. Sorry, I have a piece of ice in my mouth. So as per usual here on the PigCast, I like to go through topics, various things that bother me, things that make me laugh, things that make me giggle, things that mostly make me upset. I guess we're going to start with things that make me mostly upset. Like Disney adults. I know. Last week I covered one. I looked at a girl that looked at Goofy and couldn't wait. She waited 3 hours to hug Goofy. You're not hugging Goofy. You're hugging a guy dressed as Goofy. A girl, according to Magic Orthodoxy, most of the time, apparently the person that dresses up as Goofy is a chick. So you're dressing a chick dressed in a costume. So it's not really Goofy. This is another thing here. Let's click on this over here. This entire account is dedicated towards, all things nerd, like Marvel shit, Star Wars shit. This guy sees how fast he could do all 4 bounties at Galaxy's Edge in Disney. I'm just really glad that the comment here, the top comment is what Disney adults do for work. Right? So that's a great one. And let me just play a little bit of this.
Fast can I do all 20 bounties here at Galaxy's Edge to get me in the Bounty Hunters Guild? Let's find out. Ready, set, go. All right, who's my first bounty? All right, let's go for it.
Come see me at Mos Espa.
I will. Apparently Boba Fett's recruiting me right away. There we are.
I see you found the first bounty. Not bad. But you'll need to collect a lot more to join the Bounty Hunters Guild.
There's only 2 directions you can...
That's as much as I could tolerate of the video. Hopefully you get the idea of just the infantilization of adults. The hat, the merch. Let's see what the comments say. I guarantee you're going to have a bunch of comments going essentially against this. I manage a sales team at a tech company. Says Nathan Johnson. Is that him? Is that the actual person that runs the account? Heck, yes, you do. So I think he's responding to himself, maybe. What else here do we get through? I don't know. Disney adults. Oh, another one. Disney adults and their consequences have been a disaster for the human race. You sound absolutely miserable. What makes us... So he refers to himself as a Disney adult. You think us Disney adults care about what you say in any way? Grown man, thank you for noticing, little guy. Disney adults. So a lot of the comments here are correct. They're based. They're accurately depicting what you should do to a Disney adult, which is point at them. Point at them. Let them know that you're better. Now, I know, this comes from a professional magician. I've said this many times. I've said this often. I'm aware of the hypocrisy. Am I the kettle calling the pot black? Am I the black calling the kettle black? I don't know. But no. Disney adults are a different breed. I would send them straight to jail. Straight to jail. In my society, you wouldn't exist. You would be, I don't know. In a gulag somewhere, harvesting. It's like all the commies that they think, oh, what are you going to do in your communist commune? Oh, I'm going to create poetry. I'm going to make art. I'm going to do things like, I'm going to write lyrics. No, you're going to be working in the mines. To the mines! Essentially. So you're not going to be making poetry. You're not going to be partaking in art. You're not going to be the artist in your commune. They're going to send you straight to the mines. They're going to make you do work. That's the way it works. I smoke them in the outhouse. That sounds like Dracula Flow. People don't like Dracula Flow. I sent that to a friend of mine the other day. Let me show you an example of what Dracula Flow is. I have it here in my favorites because it's the best thing to happen in the past century. I'm scrolling down way too much, and I haven't seen any Dracula Flow. I don't know how I feel about that. I should have seen it here way earlier. I guess I have to scroll more than I thought. Dracula Flow. Come on. This is really, I'm putting a lot of effort to look for something that I could just search up. I could just search for it, but at this time I've gone too far. So I might as well try to find it here. Some girls shaking their ass, of course. I'm going to lose. Dracula Flow. It's the best thing of all time. I'll show you here real quick. Dracula Flow.
Horns, looking to beat the cum out of a thick, fresh oak. We smoking filtered crack, you stupid piece of shit. I'll fucking kill you. Call that pussy the Matrix, because I'm in this bitch and I can't get out. Last guy who ran off on the pack got choked out by some Givenchy gloves. The last thing he ever saw was the price tag on them. Slowly faded into darkness, and I let the archangels take him. Yeah. I need more.
Phenomenal. How could you not look at this and
Ops
think...
wanted some initiative. Blew up their entire quadrant. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. Top shelf Zaza. Disrupted my circadian rhythm. Ops wanted
It's
some...
art. It's art. That is pure art. My goodness. We really delineate sort of effort into things that don't warrant effort, like Disney and Marvel. Whereas that's what we should be focusing on. Dracula Flow. My goodness. So I actually have them on my phone. Anytime I want, or anytime I feel like it, I just come up and I search up a random lyric. So let me see if I could give you an example there. I just showed you a couple, but I'll scroll, right? This is a fun little activity. And let's see if I could find a random one here. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. How funny is that? We just heard that one. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. She dropped that ass. She dropped that ass on me from an egregious angle. They thought I was Stephen Wallace. That's great. That pussy better stank. Otherwise, I don't want it. Popped a perk 30. Got straight to fucking. Oh, I can't read this without dying. Let's see. When I got the meat cannon, I'd be shooting straight rope. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Ha! I need fentanyl slime. Oh, shit. Man, that makes me feel happy. My goodness. If you're ever feeling down in your luck or down in a day, just look up some Dracula Flow, and it'll make your day way better. Hope you sent a deck to Magic Orthodoxy David for a review. I don't know if I did send him the prototypes. I sent him that a while ago. But yeah, no, he's definitely getting one. Especially that I'm selling the cards on my own. I'm not gonna, oh, hey guys, guess what? I found a box. Like every fucking person that sells cards do. I found a box of playing cards in the warehouse, guys. I got a super secret sale. No, I have probably 500 decks that I gotta sell. So I'm gonna be selling those. So maybe I might send them to different reviewers or whatnot. What is that guy, Unbiased? I might send a deck to him. I'll send one to what's that guy, Jose? No, what's fuck? There's a guy that does reviews that's kind of special. But I'll send one to him. There's another topic that I saw. I just saw this right now. I was fooled as well. Because obviously, right? Let me just full screen this. You look at this and you go, wow, what a snack. That girl's unbelievably gorgeous. She's got what looks like to be voluptuous breasts. She's got perfect bone structure. Some work done on her face, but man, she's pretty. She's got like a little cute button nose. It's a filter, right? I like the hair though. Very nice hair. So I saw this and I stopped. And I kept playing it.
Airplanes should have bigger seats. So today I had a flight, and even if I was flying on first class, I couldn't fit on your airplane seat. So this is a petition for all the airlines. So big girls like me can fly. It's not my fault to have an ass this big. Please just make them bigger. Airplanes should have.
Now, obviously, the whole bit here is I don't think she's being serious about it, but ain't nobody got dick for that ass. Ain't nobody got enough dick for that ass. Let's see what Dracula Flo has to say about that ass. The Oracle, the Dracula Flo Oracle. That pussy balder than Howie Mandel. The Oracle doesn't fail, my friends. The Oracle doesn't miss. But what is this? Ain't nobody got enough dick for that ass. Man, you gotta, she's definitely not a doggy style person. You're gonna be just getting all of that fat. There's gonna be nothing that you could get there. But look at the face, it's very deceptive. She does that thing that girls do. Fat girls typically. I don't know if she's fat. I just think that she has body dysmorphia. And she got one of these fake asses. Because look at the waist. The waist is very small. The thighs are almost very small. It's just the ass that's morbidly obese. So she has to have gotten just nonstop work done on it. A BBL twice maybe. She's definitely very pretty. So I don't know why you would ruin yourself with an ass like that. My fucking goodness. But look at this. Look at this business. Look at that business. Even this business. You think, wow, she's immaculate. And then you see this and you go, oh, you're a grotesque. You have an ass that goes sideways. That's my height sideways. Am I wrong? Is this attractive? Let me know. Send me a voicemail. I wrote that up as a thick with 3 C's. So that's how I wrote that particular bit of knowledge there. Let me see if I skip some comments here. I don't like to skip comments. When your BBL the size of Brazil, sorry, the shape of Brazil. The shape of Brazil. Nice little attempt at a joke there. I would say good, decent, not the best. Corn Pop says, why did I get a notification for this? I thought Piggy wasn't streaming today. Let's see what the Oracle says. Let's see what the Oracle says about that. Why Piggy wasn't streaming today. Funny enough, the Oracle didn't miss here. The Oracle's a little bit late. So it says here, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money. Ass so fat, I'm peeking off this Danny Phantom slime. Can you remind me who I am? So ass so fat. Look at that. This is Jesus speaking to me. But no. I didn't want that on before, Oracle. I want to know why Piggy didn't stream. Why did Piggy stream so late today? I'm on that Broward County Tic Tac. I'm on them Georgetown Geronimos. I'm on them Nashville Nibblers. I left Margiella's in the Benz truck. I'll have to stunt on them next time. Maybe the Oracle does miss. Can she even wipe her ass? Yeah, that's rough. Body dysmorphia. You can't. I mean, there has to be a fecal matter left there. Pin of shame is old. How about tack of humiliation? Nail of indignity. Brad of ignominy. Ignominy. I didn't even know that word. I apologize. But you didn't get a notification because the man's trying to hold me down. The YouTube man's trying to hold me down. And that's not fair because your boy has some good content, some good stuff. I'm quick-witted. I'm interesting. I'm funny. And yet YouTube is holding me down. I don't like that. I could smell your beard from here. It smells like pussy, I think. That's definitely incorrect because, what do you call this? My beard has not touched a pussy because I do magic tricks. I thought that was part of the whole thing, part of the whole appeal. So that's one of those. This also made me laugh very much. Crack math. I love crackheads. I have crackheads that live nearby me. I have a gun because of that. I have a gun because of the crackheads, because sometimes they get a little bit too loud. They don't get touchy, but they get loud, and you want to be prepared. You want to be prepared. As a matter of fact, you want to smoke that dung beetle. So I have a gun on me, but crack math is just one of the funniest things you could see. Crackheads think they're more intelligent than they actually are. Somehow they think that their crack or their ability to essentially become third person from their body is they think that allows them to have a higher plane of thinking. Same thing with like I want to say meth. Maybe you think that you're smarter. You think that you're more sneaky. Really, everybody knows that you're on meth. You know, you're there thinking, oh, I tricked them. It's like drunk people. I'm a really good drunk. I don't think you could tell when I'm drunk. Ham radio. If you look at ham radio, I was hammered every episode. So could you tell? I don't think so. I'm a really good drunk when it comes to that. Now, when I'm blackout, no, because my head's in a trash can. But math is just unbelievable. And this is a perfect example of math. Let's take a look at this. That's very hard to say. He starts off by saying, I never graduated school, which is, I guess, apropos? Not really.
Graduated school, never made it past the 5th grade. I do mathematical equations and the quadruples of algebra without even doing it on paper. You ask me mathematical question, I bet you I can tell it to you right off the bat. Dimensions, diagrams, other, astrology, mathematical dimensions.
What's 12 times 12?
12 times 12 is 91.
It gets better.
12 times 12, I'm sorry, 12 times 12, 909,967, 909,968. It's 21,792.
It's closer.
Closer.
91.
That camera guy.
12 times 12 is 24. Right?
Okay.
No, 12 times 12, 28. I speak 8 languages. I know algebra 1, 2, and 3.
That's my favorite part. I know 8 languages. I know algebra 1, 2, and 3. Phenomenal. That video is art. If you look at the top comment here, it's very accurate. It says he does math. He never said he'd do it correctly. When I was younger in the 3rd grade, 2nd grade, actually, there was a retarded kid named I don't like to call actually mentally retarded people retarded. That's I'm sorry. I apologize. There was a mentally deficient youth that was called Rufus. His name was Rufus, which kind of lets you know if your mom's calling you Rufus, she knows where you're going. And I remember he was called up to the board and he had to he had to solve a problem, and it was very simple. It was 2nd grade, so it might have been what's 11 plus 12, right? And homeboy just decides to go off on a tangent. I don't know if he just watched Rain Man, but he's going off on different directions, and he has these little things and brackets, and he's closing things and opening parentheses. And in his head, I guarantee you, he thought that he was doing something. But in reality, he's this guy. He was a homeboy here that can speak 8 languages. Nate Diaz in 10 years. Smoking math, maybe. Smoking math. When he said diagrams, that's it. That's when you know. So crack math. I don't even think that's crack. I think that's straight up meth. He does have some like the telltale signs, like the marks and shit. Just meth heads are just nuts. They'll pick at their skin. They'll stick their fingers in their butt. Meth heads are crazy. We don't have the crazy meth heads here down in South Florida. Everybody's on coke. Everybody's on pills. But as far as that hurt. As far as meth, it's not really too crazy over here. The quadruples of algebra. You mean quadratic? No. He knows what he was talking about. Okay, don't try to understand his 17-dimensional thinking. I'm sure that whatever you think that you might know about math, he knows more. I just love to see that guy try to apply for a job and give them his elementary school diploma, which he said actually he didn't even get. He didn't even graduate 5th grade. That's like basic. Let's see this one. The more I learn, the dumber I realize. Our species are so dumb. Our ego cloud us. Yeah. I mean, that was hard to read, but I understand English is not your first language. 1 a.m. Then you go live 21 minutes ago. I mean, really, Piggy? I apologize. I was gonna do this at 8 because I thought that I was gonna get. I thought that my quadratics was going to distract me. I thought that my graphs, my quadrilateral, I thought that I was going to be busy till 8, but no, I was dismissed early. She's got to reach deep in there, talking about her butt, I imagine. NA says, are you going to Blackpool? Maybe. I think my trick is finalizing, so I just got to record some stuff for the intro. I have some performances, and then we should be good to go. But it's up to Alakazam. Your mathematical proof of magic being bad was a #1 video, in my opinion. I think so, too. I think that video was also one of my favorites, just because the bits and bobs in there. Mathematically proving magic is awful, is top tier. And what's great about it, too, is that you see me cut the video to do the math. And I didn't do it. What I should have done was did it as a bit, but I did it for real. So if you notice, right before every equation, I cut the video. Not before every equation. There are some that are like easy that I don't cut it for. But the ones that are like, you should know, I still cut it. So that was a dumb reminder of my shit mathematics. That math guy, English is not his first language. It's his 11th. I speak 7 languages, learning my 8th. Well, if it's anything like this guy, then I'm not really too impressed. Corn Pop says, in school, we had a Downy named Akeem. He would ninja fight by himself in the middle of the cafeteria. It was pretty funny. Everybody loved Akeem. Everybody loves the Downies, man. Nobody hates the Downies. That's the dumb part. Only entitled white bitches think that people hate Downies or blacks or, or Asians or any other culture. It's always dumb white girls that think that other people hate. Nobody hates. Nobody's racist. There's like 14 racists in the entirety of the United States. But the people that think are, always either very well-off, young, hot white bitches, really fat ones, or like 60-year-old cat women that look like, what's the one that used to do the yogurt commercials for the yogurt that makes you poop? Jamie Lee Curtis. That one. They all look like her. But essentially, you know who they vote for. So that was fun. That's a good one. Speaking of retardation, this made me laugh. Now, I don't know if you know Eric Adams. Eric Adams is the mayor of New York. He has to be actually mentally deficient. He has to be. It's not just a bit. It's not a meme. It's not political. It's a person. It's a person. He's retarded. Again, I say that I shouldn't call that to people that are actually mentally inefficient. But this video has been spreading around. I saw it a little while ago, and it is top tier comedy. Now, DARE was a big movement in the 90s. Watching your kids, making sure they're not bringing drugs into the household, making sure they're not doing drugs. And Eric Adams here has a video that's designed to teach you as to things to look out for as a parent. Your kid might be gang banging. He might be out there in the streets slinging dope. He might be out there in the streets. Let's consult the Oracle one more time. All my shit. I've had a watch face as of late, so I have nothing but watch shit on my feed. But hold up, let's scroll through. And have what the Oracle has to say about Eric Adams and him thinking that kids are out in the streets slinging dope. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. My money longer than James Cameron. On and off the court, straight fundamentals, no funny business. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. You see it? I really did this. I'm really him. Flipped the whole brick into an empire. Stop playing with me. That wasn't that good. But Eric Adams. This is Eric Adams on how you should watch out for kids bringing in paraphernalia.
It's a jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun. Look at picture frames.
Whoever edited that is absolutely amazing.
You can look at a jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun. Look at picture frames and behind them, cameras. Try to determine what's
Cavities. He said cavities.
taking place. Behind a picture frame, you can find bullets. You should
Bullets. You can find bullets behind a picture frame. Kids aren't going to be sneaking guns into the household. All right? They're not going to be sneaking guns. They're going to be sneaking vapes. Those little stupid pods that kids are fucking ripping on in the bathroom. That's what they're going to be sneaking into your house. They look like USB sticks. The little fucking... That's what they're sneaking in. They're not sneaking in fucking guns. What kid has access to a gun? If your kid has access to a gun, you failed as a parent. Because that means that he's probably in some sort of stupid gang where he's wasting his time. And you failed as a parent. So you're probably not even going to be looking for shit if your kid has a gun. You can't afford a gun as a high schooler.
should always, when your child bring in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look
what
through it to see what popular knapsack with many.
You should always look in your kid's popular knapsack. A book bag?
The child bring in his popular knapsack with many different locations.
This guy's fucking retarded. If they bring in their popular knapsack with many different locations. First of all, if your kid has a roly-poly book bag, your kid's getting bullied. You've made your kid get bullied, essentially, if he has a roly-poly book bag. My goodness. When I was a teacher, I would bully the kids if they had roly-poly book. Oh, you can't have weight in your back? Oh, you got to roll it on the ground? Oh, you're going to be late for your flight? You going to be late for your flight? You have your little boarding pass? You make fun of the kids for having the little fucking luggage book bags. But what's this guy call it?
Knapsack with many
popular knapsack with many different
popular knapsack with many different locations.
Many different locations. My goodness, this guy made it to mayor. This guy made it. He's rich.
Look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe. Something simple as a crack pipe.
Something simple as a crack pipe. What does that mean, Eric Adams? What does that mean, dude?
A book.
Eric Adams is so retarded, he thinks that book bags are only meant for books. What is this?
A book. Something is your child carrying in addition to a book.
In addition to a book, not in addition to books. The concept of multiple books is impossible for him to comprehend.
Something simple as a crack pipe. Something simple as a baby doll. It could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs.
All right, man. All right, dude. Listen, if my kid's coming home with a baby doll, he ain't coming inside the house, man. He ain't coming inside the house. What the fuck you doing for baby doll, man? I bet you're using that to hide crack inside.
As a baby doll. Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs. Run your hands over the pillows and see if you feel anything that's unusual. Like a pillow like this where the button is a perfect invitation to hide something.
What?
I felt something bumpy. I would reach in, see what it is. Just look and see.
Oh, yeah. A Smith & Wesson revolver. That's exactly where your kid's going to hide inside of the pillow. Are you fucking dumb? That's not where they're going to have their shit. They're going to have their gun on them. They're going to have their gun in their book bag. They're not going to have their guns. They're going to have it in their popular knapsack next to their crack pipe.
Carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe.
This is art. This is art.
Reach in, see what it is. Just look and see what's inside your bookcases. It could be more than just books. Perfect place to hide cocaine. You can look at the jewelry box.
Oh, man. I haven't seen this shit, dude. Your kid does not have access to an entire Ziploc bag of cocaine. I guarantee you that. He's not going to have... What's he, slinging dope? Your fucking kid? And whose kid's room is this? Whose fucking kid's room is this? This is a black woman's living room from 1994. There's like a dusty Uno. There's a dictionary book. There's like encyclopedias. This is your grandma's room from 1994.
Dog. Could be just a
So there you go. If you guys are parents, Eric Adams has your back. He taught you where your kids could hide their drugs in their popular knapsack next to their simple things like crack pipes. This guy's a mayor of New York City. This man has gone through, he got elected. Think about that. That this man made this video. And when you make a video like this, it's not just the video. I have friends that work for social media for, organizations and shit. And the level of shit, you got to get it approved. You got to send it to a dumb bitch that sends it and approves it. And then she goes, and there's a whole pipeline of shit. People have to approve. And then there's a meeting about a meeting. So there's a camera guy, there's effort, there's lights, there's a boom guy probably, there's a script. There's many layers. And yet, they all said, yeah, dude, yeah, put this out. This is definitely going to be good. Unless they were banking on the fact that people were going to spread it because it was so AIDS. But there's no way. I can't imagine anyone, left, super left, aggressively left. Because I imagine this guy's very devout left, would look at this video and go, oh, well, I didn't think about the baby doll. Well, let me write that down on my list. Let me put down my math. Yeah, right, that's crazy. There's no way that anybody would look at this video and think that this is good information or this is something that's going to help you out as a parent. Fuck. The main problem we had was vapes. And that was when I was leaving. When I was getting fired from the school that I worked at, vapes were just coming in. But it wasn't something that kids were doing. There were kids that got caught smoking, like actually smoking. But now the vapes are so dangerous because there's no odor, there's no residue. You could hide that shit in your gooch. Nobody's going to touch you. We can't touch you. We can't frisk you. So, my goodness, double call. Is that important? I got a double call from a buddy of mine. I don't know if that's important or not. Leonard Miller, I could confirm Piggy's trick will be the hottest trick of 2024. Well, you haven't seen it, but I've definitely told you about it because you came up with the name. And you're definitely getting a copy. Who carries dolls in their bags? Well, their bags. Sorry, after looking at Eric Adams, I immediately speak in Ebonics. That kid must be rich. Yeah, you're right. What kid could afford $5,000 of cocaine? Which that's not $5,000 of coke, but there it is. I was waiting for the hidden simple pipe. Here's a simple crack pipe. Anything could be a crack pipe. Literally a boomer cushion. That's so fucking great. How you not gonna smell that? Yeah, right? How you not gonna smell the fucking massive, bountiful bag of marijuana? That's so funny. Eric Adams used to be a cop. I doubt that man used to be any sort of cop. Bro, we gotta take a heavy box to FedEx for my dad tomorrow. Down, bro. The fuck? I got hyped. You wanted to bright side today. Eric Adams used to be a cop. That was so stupid. Did you see him endorsing Trump? It was epic. I don't know if you're talking about DeSantis. I might have skipped a comment about that before. Can you tell us anything about your Alakazam release? I could say it's going to be a hot one. That's all I could say. That's going to be a nice hot trick. Although I have pitched multiple ideas to them, and they haven't reached out back. So I don't know. I don't like that. I want them to reach out. I want my dad to reach out to me. My poppy, my little poppy, Peter Nardi, to reach out to me. But I did pitch something that I thought was great. There's one that was kind of like, it's a thing. It might not work. It's going to take some effort. But there's another thing with cards that I pitched that I thought was a phenomenal idea that they could definitely do. So let's see. I buy vapes so I could smoke them in the bathroom at work. There you go. Why are there so many trinkets in the house? Cat lady home? That's definitely not a kid's broom, as he's trying to make it out to be. And if your kid's hiding shit in the living room, that kid got balls. So basically, look at hiding spots. Never would have thought of that. Adam should be appointed by Biden as Secretary of Contraband. Could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine? That would just be unbelievable at that point. I'm sure he'd probably hire him to a high position. Or he might be new president. He might be the next president. Who knows? Who fucking knows at this rate? All I know is that I'm just waiting. For... let me see if I could cause my green screen to become a little bit less... I'm already fucked up. I just had a little bit of rum. And I haven't eaten all day. So that's probably why it's hitting me hard. But I'm not endorsing anybody as a PigCake for president, hopefully in 2024. I'm not endorsing anyone in particular. I don't want this to be... I have a light here, by the way. That's what I'm aiming at, the green screen. I'm not endorsing anyone in particular. I'm not really, I'm apolitical. I'm picking the best candidate for freedom in the United States. Doesn't matter. It could be left. It could be right. It could be really right. Fuck! Come on, man! This bit's taking way too long. This is dead in the water. Oh, boy. Come on, fucking... Oh! Yeah, never mind. Okay, as I turn it off. Okay, whatever. That bit wasn't even funny. We did get a voicemail from Andrew. Let's hear what Andrew has to say here. 10 seconds.
Hey, Piggy, just a reminder. Right about now, Trump is grabbing Nikki Haley right by the pussy.
Oh boy, Andrew, I was on board with you until just now. I'll tell you exactly when I stopped becoming on board with you. Here we go. You ready?
Hey, Piggy, just a reminder. Right about now.
I don't know if you heard that. I caught it.
Trump is grabbing. Hey, Piggy, just a reminder. Right about now.
Right about. I gotta tell you, Andrew, you're very. I was gonna give you an American pass. I was gonna give you the American card. All right, that you could use and become a full-fledged American. Get a tattoo of a fucking bald eagle on your asshole. But that about. Gotta tell you, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that, Buzz. But I don't see Nikki Haley having a lot of support, but I do think that she's going to bring people to the other side, which might be unadvantageous. But nobody likes Biden. If you do, maybe it's because you're desperate, but we'll see how that goes. So basically, hiding spots. Adams is getting stuffed by the migrant situation. Yeah, notice that. And other exciting news, the New Hampshire vote is almost done, says Toby writing. Followed by Slatcher saying PigCake 2028. Nobody will want me for president because I'd be far. I'd be the furthest in one direction. Just because. If you're past the age of 70, I'm sorry, goodbye. Ben Shapiro, I know that you frequent these the streams. I'm sorry. It's the rule. It's the law of the land. I'm punishing the few that are intelligent and reasonable past the age of 70. Due to the majority of retards that continue to drive past the age and drive like idiots and fucking merge in my lane without looking. I'd arrest you for being a Disney adult. I'd arrest you for being Eric Adams, essentially. So I'd be arresting a lot of people. Let's see here. With that logic, does a loose asshole count as a bigger wingspan? Says we float down here. Does a loose asshole count as a bigger wingspan? That reminds me of having big tits because you're fat, not counting, right? Like if you have big tits because you're fat, just like... I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad. And it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. Hi. Hi, fuck me. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Go ahead, you know you want to. God, such luscious, beautiful, immaculate hair. And buy my books. If you haven't already, they're great. They're fun reads. You're missing out if you haven't read them already. And look at this one. This one looks like The Art of the Deal. Interestingly enough. Most of our government is over the age of 70. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? Unfortunately, they would all be arrested. Or shot, or killed, or midsummered, essentially. Of course, fictionally, in this fictional land that I've created where I'm president, which is impossible because I'm not going to you know, do that for real or whatever. What did that remind me of? I saw a comment here that reminded me of something, and then I skipped it. Punishing the few or the Jew? I can't believe I read that. What was it that reminded me? It was something I was going to talk. Oh, 007. Something that annoyed me. I think I just one of the comments reminded me of this. I've been watching 007, all the movies from the very beginning. Right now, my golden eye. I'm in the modern era. So Pierce Brosnan. Before was my favorite gold Bond. My favorite gold Bond. My favorite gold Bond. Fuck! My favorite Bond, which is Timothy Dalton. The Living Daylights and The License to Kill. License to Kill are my favorite Bond movies of all time. I'm very disappointed to find out that he was scheduled for a third movie that, due to stupid lawsuits, never happened. But we did get Pierce Brosnan that ended up being amazing. Not a fan of Daniel Craig. Not a huge fan of his, but I'll rewatch those movies. After I watch the movies, I always like to go through and read the Wikipedia and read the reviews that people had during the time. So I read all the ones for Sean Connery, for Roger Moore, for Zatzaby, or George Zatzaby. I forgot what his last name is, but a great, phenomenal, underrated Bond movie. And boy, let me tell you, reading these like retrospective reviews, it's just, I hate to say woke, but oh yeah, Bond, looking back on it and the way that Bond acted with members of the opposite sex, it's really concerning and paramount to why I don't enjoy that time period. Like, just shut up, idiots. Just a bunch of that. So I've been looking through that. God, what a gross, just disgusting, stupid, virtue signaling idiots. They're Bond movies. The whole bit, the whole narrative is Bond is, he likes to fuck. He likes to fuck. That's his bit, dude. He uses sex to get information. As a matter of fact, he used sex to stop an entire conflict. I forgot what movie where he fucked a girl and she converted sides. Was it Goldfinger? No. Diamonds Are Forever? No. One of those where he fucked a girl. Octopussy, I think. No, not Octopussy. The one where she's flying, where she's a flight person, and she convinced, it was Octopussy, where he convinces her to go against the guy, and then she essentially helps him. Goldfinger, it was Goldfinger. I'm so stupid because it was in Fort Knox, and the whole plan was to do this thing, and everybody pretended to be asleep, so it was Goldfinger. But fuck off. Another voicemail left by what seems to be Phil Brooks coming back from the dead. Let's see. When I pick my nose, the Oogie Boogie Man at email.com.
Still Oogie Boogie, and you ain't going nowhere.
I was vibing to that. I like that. That was a good one. A very rare message that makes me feel good. Usually a lot of the voicemails make me just want to punch the nearest puppy. Some of them are just awful. They make me get into my my fucking pussy galore. Sorry, my bad. It wasn't pussy. It wasn't Octopussy. It was Pussy Galore. I knew that she had an interesting name. But Philip Goldstein, really good. Really good message. What's your profile picture? What's that profile picture? Who is that? Who the fuck is that? And your profile picture. I don't know who that is. Usually these accounts have like nefarious pictures of me from like my fucking private Facebook that I deleted years ago. Like weird shit like that. But I don't know who that is. It's kind of an odd one. Looks like the lost Buck twin. Looks like the third Buck twin. Living Daylights is a great Bond film. Dalton was a stone cold killer. For years, that was my favorite movie growing up. When my mom would show me those. Timothy Dalton was my favorite, and Living Daylights was the one that I would always say. I would say, Mommy, mi favorito is Living Daylights. And she goes, you're retarded. You don't understand what that movie is. And I didn't until I just watched it now. The cellist is beautiful. Timothy Dalton is amazing. It's humorous. It's funny. It's great. I loved it. So that definitely might be my one of my favorites, if not my favorite. The other one is on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Believe it or not. over the other ones. I think that one by far is so good in terms of how Bond is, his humor. He bangs one bitch telling her the exact same shit he told another bitch. It's just wonderful and funny and very good plot. So I enjoyed that. Xavier says, hi Piggy, how's it going? I have a twisting collector's routine. Can I contribute to your new book? It's different than the one from Art of Astonishment. Yeah, I think I mentioned that before. You could definitely send me an email. I have a couple collector's routines that are very virgin-y. I don't want to perform them, but they all require a combination of things that have been around for a while. I just found this deck, by the way. I did a video today for the PigCake Magic Academy, and I have a deck that I was looking for, an alphabet deck. And really, dude? Really? This is like a deck of fucking plastic playing cards. They're really plasticky. Casino Royale, from whatever company. But collectors, the collectors that I like are the ones where you make the cards vanish one at a time. So whatever that one is, where you do that, you bring them back by rubbing them. That one's a fun one. So that's I forgot where that came from. I know I have a video on that. I think I have a video on that particular variation. But I'd have to look it up. If not, for sure, it's on a PigCake Magic Academy. Goldfinger, Pussy Galore, it's Pussy Galore. A flight person, says Corn Pop. I don't know who you're referring to. My name happens to be the same as Max Maven. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, especially considering the amount of Philip Goldstein accounts that have left comments throughout the years. Some a little bit worse than others. The only collector that doesn't suck ass is the Cannibal Kings. Yeah, that is true. I love this thing. This one is my favorite move of all of them, which is where you show all the kings, but you bluff it. Right, so you show one king, and then a second king, and then a third king, and then a fourth king, like this. You put them down, and guess what? You have one. You have one king. Right, that's one of my favorite little bits of all time, and that lets you get into a collector's routine where you could essentially go, look, I'll put one on top, and then actually no, I'm wrong about that. I think you keep two. I think you keep two. So you show all four kings like this, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 kings. And then you have them in your hand. You put one on top, one on the bottom. One on top, one on the bottom. And then one on top. And if I remember correctly, I think I already messed it up. But essentially, you're left with 4 kings in your hand. But that's one of my favorite ones. And Cannibal Kings is a fun routine. It's definitely a fun routine. I'll say Moonraker, hands down the best Bond movie. Moonraker was all right. Moonraker was great. I like Jaws. Jaws' character is great, especially when he turns around and finds that little snack of a Brazilian bitch. It's French. I think it's a French shoddy in that movie. Moonraker is good. Very too sci-fi for me, but Roger Moore just fucking murdered it. The last one that he did was even great, A View to a Kill, which is one of the weaker ones. But so far, I haven't been disappointed. I think by far the best Bond is still Sean Connery. Just because. But Timothy Dalton is definitely there just because the way he makes the character kills it. Fuck. But I'm going through right now GoldenEye. I'm halfway through GoldenEye, which of course everybody knows GoldenEye. You watch that and you realize, oh, it's the game. It's the game. But the ones that I've seen from Daniel Craig haven't been my favorite. Especially the last one where James Bond has a kid. Oh, yeah, he has a kid, and spoiler, he dies? Stupid. That was lame. I just hope they don't South Park the next James Bond. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they keep at it. They pick somebody like, what is it, Hardy? Tom Hardy. Henry Cavill would be a great one. He looks just like the part. Matt Bomer, I think he would look phenomenal as that. They have a lot of things. Idris Elba is probably going to be a good Bond, but you know exactly why they'd make him Bond. For stupid reasons. But I think he'd be a good one just because he's an attractive, young, but they'd definitely be doing it for other qualities that he has. But he would, I think, be a great one. I just hope they don't go the route of, we're going to make it gay.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if you're keeping to the original story and you're keeping to the original as written, in the original books. What is this one? Comments being relentless. This is a topic that I don't know if it's on Twitter or if it's on, I think it might be on TikTok about comments being relentless. Yes, it is right here. My friend, I am a man of, I guess, a creature of habits. I have the same things that I like to talk about, same things I like to bitch about. Fats. Fat people. We know. We know. PigCake is not a fan of the fats. And I'm doing it for your own good. I'm doing it for your own good. It's not because of the fact that, I'm making fun of the way you look, or because you're out of breath from just walking a nominal amount of distance. No, it's because I'm here looking out for you. You're going to die earlier, statistically, than I would. You're going to die earlier than most people. You're going to have early onset diabetes. You're going to have heart issues. You're going to have lung issues. You're going to have skin problems. You're going to have feet problems. Your ankles are going to be able to hold up your weight. So I'm looking out for you. With that being said, now the caption, before I show these, the caption is left hook like Canelo. Left hook like Canelo. And of course the comments are just... Let's pause and take a look at them. Tyson McFlurry. Connor McDonald's. Canoli Alvarez. John Ate the Bones Jones. 8 Diaz. Israel. Addis Lasagna. Sugar. Shano Milkshake. Muhammad Ali. I couldn't read that one. Devin Hungry. George Forshins. Sugar High Leonard. Milkshake Ali. McChicken Tyson. Lasagna Lewis. Juice Frazier. Manny Pop-Tart. Fries Mayweather. Islam Mac and Cheese. Sean Stakeland. Damn. Those are just... Julio Cheeseburger Chavez. Little Caesar Chavez. Butterbean. That was just... Boy. The thing about the fats, too, is that they brag, right? That's the other problem with the fats. If you're fat and you're looking to lose weight, whatever, you're trying to better yourself, okay, cool. But if you're out here bragging, right? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, left hook like Canelo. Flat-footed F-tier boxy. Left hook like Caramello. Great. Chick-fil-A Norris. PigCake, have you encountered the Black Hebrew Israelites? Yeah. I remember I was in Orlando with I wanted to fuck this girl so bad. They didn't seal the deal, unfortunately. She had a boyfriend at the time that she later broke up with, but boy, she was looking like a snack. And it didn't help that I was hammered. This was a time period in my life when I was hiding that I was drinking from people. And this is a person that I knew, I knew she was a friend of mine, but wasn't within the, circle. And she was in Orlando, and we went drinking, and I got fucked up. We went to some country bars, and I was ordering whiskey and Coke, and fucking whiskey and Coke, not cocaine, obviously. But I was just getting demolished. They gave me gas, like gasoline flavored shit. It was, boy, I was not well. And she was looking like a snack. And I saw them outside of a Walgreens in Orlando. And they were there on a box, with fucking shitty printed, just dumb shit. Talking about, what's the name? Jakub. They were there talking about how they were the first Jews and how everyone came from, it was just, boy. Slatzer, why were you hiding your drinking? Well, because I was straight edge. I was straight edge until I was 27. I never drank anything, essentially. I might have had like a little sip of alcohol, but that's about it. And, the entire time that I was able to drink. And I was very straight edge, and I was hiding the fact that I was drinking when I was 27. I didn't want people to know that I wanted to try alcohol. I was like, oh, fuck it. Let me just try it and see what's up. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed drinking. I enjoyed the flavor. I enjoyed everything about it. Making cocktails. That was kind of what got me in there too. Funny enough, my first bottle was JMO, so I was hiding it from people. And then eventually I came out of the drinking closet and I told people, oh, hey, guess what, guys? And everybody said, about time. And I've been catching up for lost time since then. Straight edge equals Christian. No, I wasn't. It wasn't any religious thing. I just didn't drink. I didn't feel like it. Every person that drank in my life to copious amounts didn't have anything good about it. They weren't functional individuals. So I didn't enjoy. They were all fat fucks, and I didn't like that. So I didn't want to do that. Straight edge like CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk, believe it or not. At some point in my life, I wanted to get drug-free tattooed somewhere. Just... Luckily, I didn't do that. So my tattoos end here. I will never venture into any area that's visible with a long sleeve shirt. You'll never see anything on my neck. You'll never see a fucking magic tattoo. But you'll never see any knuckle tattoos, anything on my hands. Never. Everything will just stop right here. So I could wear a long sleeve shirt. I have a friend like that. Yeah, but then eventually I said, fuck it. So when I was doing videos here for a while, I was still straight edge. But then I said, fuck it. Never thought in a million years that fat could be seen as a money flex. Just look now how much it costs for food. Yeah, it is a flex now. You're right. Essentially, you're there out here filling up your cart, and it's expensive to eat well. It's expensive unless you go to like Aldi's or some shit like that. It's very expensive to go through and find shit and look for healthy foods and vegetables and good meats other than Doritos and Cheetos, and you see somebody posting a picture of their cart and it's like, oh man, groceries were $200. They have fucking Entenmann's donuts, little sugar donuts, and they have Coke, full Coke with sugar and fucking bullshit food. No protein, no vegetables, just all fucking poison essentially, and they're complaining about the price. So it's the golden ratio of retardation. What's the other one here? This one. The reason I titled this one, my friends, we also have an education problem here. I made a video on my PigCake Plus channel, which was called Why America's the Best. I reviewed the country. If you haven't seen that on PigCake Plus, I review the good old sunny country of the United States of America, talking about our literacy rates and all that. And we do have an education problem in the United States. And I'm not going to talk about why, because that could venture into topics that people might disagree with and say, oh, Piggy, whoa, look at Piggy thinking aligned with a certain political party. But there is a certain lack of, care nowadays for, I would say, a standardization of scoring. Unfortunately, before it was too much. So we can't have too much because then you're essentially teaching for a test, which doesn't lead to education. So when you standardize education too much, it becomes teaching to a test, and that doesn't become anything other than you practicing to pass a test. However, if you lower qualifications for education requirements for colleges or to become lawyers or, God forbid, doctors, that's also a problem as well. So you got to have a good midpoint. But unfortunately, as of late, we seem to have been lowering standards and bragging about, oh, look, we have a high graduation rate. It doesn't matter when the passing grade is a D. A D is an acceptable grade now in public school. That's a little bit retarded. This is a perfect example of that. Now, this could be a skit. I warn you in advance. This could be a skit. Using my spidey like ability to look at people and determine their body language, I don't think so. So let's look at it.
Gratidity, and why is it $44? Who is Gratidity? And why is it $44? It's the tip. The tip? Y'all didn't put that shit on there? Yeah. All right. Who is Gratidity, and why is it $44? Who is Gratidity?
Even the sister's laughing. And
why is it $44? It's the tip. The tip? Y'all didn't put that shit on there? Yeah.
Now, there's something to be said about Atlanta hoes that decide to ball out and spend their money on lavish meals. And if your tip is $44, which is usually 20%, most restaurants, they probably include like an 18% gratuity. If it's like a fancy place where they're like, oh, if you have a party of more people, we're going to automatically add an 18% gratuity. If that's $44, your bill is up there. Your bill is definitely up there. And you're complaining about $44 when you spent infinitely more on, I don't know, oysters or whatever the fuck. But these Atlanta hoes that come into Miami Beach and they're buying a shrimp cocktail for $70. They're dashing and dining. There's 14 of them in one Airbnb. That's a 1-bedroom. There's layers to this. It's not just the lack of knowledge, right? Because, the running bit. People don't like to tip. I'll leave it at that. But the fact that you don't even know what the word gratuity means, to the point where you look at it and wonder not what is gratuity or what is gratitude, but you wonder who is gratitude. Who is this gratitude that I'm paying $44, that I'm paying a percentage of my meal to? Who the fuck is this bitch? Who is gratitude? Boy, I don't know, my friends. $220 if $44 is the tip. Is that the same oyster chick? I don't think so. Why aren't there any food on the table behind her if it's real? Well, it seems like what it was, based on my Sherlock Holmes ability to deduct things, is that she asked the question and people around her said, no way. What'd you just say? Could you ask that again? And started recording. So it seems to be after the meal. That's what it seems like to me is taking place here. And she's wondering who the fuck is Gratidity. Gratidity is pulling us down. You get the pin of glory for that one. That's very clever, very funny. PigCake, you've met Eric Jones. Have you met Patrick Kuhn? No. I've met Eric Jones a couple times. I think maybe twice, but I haven't met Patrick Kuhn yet. I don't think I've even seen him. He hasn't been to any convention that I've been to. Drug Free should read as Dougie in its unhappy state if it was tattooed there. I got to tell you, if I didn't just give the pin of glory, I would have given you the pin of shame or whatever that was, an attempt at humor. The Gratidity. I don't know. I feel like, boy, that was just everything I've ever wanted in a video was that. My friends, this is the end of the stream. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I'll be back here maybe tomorrow. I mentioned I had to help my friend do some stuff, and that leaves me up in the afternoon. You'll have another PigCast at 6 p.m., hopefully. Apart from that,
big fucking